remember harvesting squash from my family's garden as a child. My mother would always find new ways to invent squash, but a favorite of mine was a simple battered recipe that she always used for patty pan squash. Hi, I'm Lane McConnell, the Market Lady, and today I'll be cooking a battered squash recipe that my grandmother and mother prepared for me while I was growing up on the farm that I know that you're going to enjoy. I've already done my shopping at the market, so let's get cooking. You'll see patty pan squash at the market usually from July until about September. It comes in a lot of different colors. You'll see this yellow color, which this is called a sunburst variety. Patty pan squash is unique because unlike the summer long neck squash and crook neck squash that you'll see, this has actually scalloped edges. You'll find the yellow, you'll find it in a green color and also a white variety too. You want to make sure you get patty pan squash when it's small. You'll see in a lot of chefs use a really small squash, but you really don't want to get anything about over this size because you'll get more seeds and it won't be as tender. Okay, to start this, we're going to make our drenching sauce, and we're going to start with 2 eggs, and then I've got some local milk. I'm going to add about a half a cup. Next, I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of onion powder. I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to add some peppercorns. I'm going to also add a little garlic powder. Usually I always use fresh garlic, but when in something like this, you really need to use dry ingredients because it mixes up a lot better together. So I'm going to go ahead and get my eggs and milk and seasonings and beat them up using just all-purpose flour, a half a cup. And then I'm taking a half a cup of yellow cornmeal. I actually add parsley to my batter. Add about a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon. I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of red pepper, which is like a cayenne pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. Again, I'd add about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of garlic and onion powder is what I normally do. I'm adding salt. Adding some crushed peppercorns. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a toss. While I've been doing this, I've also heated vegetable oil in a skillet. I try to make sure I have enough that it's going to cook one side of the squash. Just make sure you have enough vegetable oil in there. And then I'm just going to take my slices. I'm going to go ahead and drop them in my bag. This is where using a bag really comes in handy for your batter because it makes it a lot easier to toss your squash. This batter makes a really light batter. If you wanted a thicker batter on here, what my mom would always do is then take it back through your egg and milk wash and then also batter it again too. It makes a double coat on there, but we're going to use just a thin coat today. So I'm going to go ahead and add these. Try serving this dish along any meat dish for a great weeknight meal. I'm Lane McConnell, the Market Lady. Taste the freshness this season and visit a farmer's market today. For more recipe idea solutions, go online to themarketlady.com. See you at the next farmer's market.